Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going over my February 2024 favorites and fails. It was a great month. There are only a couple of things that didn't work out for me. I have a full face of application to show you side by side. I hope that sounds interesting. Just keep watching. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave. I also want to remind you that anything that I put on my face, of course, will be listed and linked in the description box below. Some may be affiliate links, so if you choose to use them, I thank you for supporting me and my channel. I started with the brows, and I used this brow gel from Melloway. They were nice enough to send me a few products, and I believe this one is Dirty Chai. I found that this one is the one that worked best for the shade of my brows. Now, I do struggle a little bit with colored brow gels. They are not my go-to, but I do believe there is an audience for these. If you have full brows or are a very simple makeup wearer and just need a little bit of oomph, a lift with a little bit of color to your brows to help create that shape, then yes, this would work well for you. I have an additional product in my brows that I'll get to in just a moment. I tried 3 face primers. I tried this one from Shop Missy. This is the Cosmic Cowgirl Skin Grip Primer. I was shocked how much I enjoy this. It is not sticky. I was afraid that because of the fact that it says skin grip that it would be sticky on my face. It was not. It is a nice smoothing primer. Not sure how much it mattifies, but at least in the beginning it does mattify. So this does work well if I use a matte foundation, like my Shop Missy foundation that I love so much. But this one is really nice. I was also sent this one from Mommy Makeup. You did not see this in my video. She was nice enough to send me even more products after I did my video. And this one is also really nice. This is more of a smoothing silicone style primer. It's very silky on the skin, very smoothing, very nice. And the one that I have on my face, the one that I have reached for more than the others, is shockingly this one from Wet n Wild. I say it shockingly because I had the Impossible primer in the squeezy tube and was not in love with it. It was okay, but it was not a favorite. I'm finding that this one is a favorite. Now, caveat, I do need to use it with a more matte foundation. If I don't, then I have to touch up. My oils will come through. But if I use this with a more matte style foundation, my makeup stays pretty shine-free all day long. It's really very smoothing. It mattifies. It doesn't feel dry on my skin. And the price is right. This was a big hit from Wet n Wild for me this month. Let's go back to the brows because I have to let the gel dry. I go back to the brows, and what I used is this brow pomade that Mommy Makeup sent me. And it is very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade, except that it's much thinner. And I find that it is easier to control because of that. It's just not as thick and dry as the Anastasia. So I like this formula a lot. I also want to give a shout out to the Mommy Makeup brushes. You'll see me use a couple of them in this video. She sent me this brush for the brow pomade, and I love how teeny tiny this brush is. Good spoolie, really enjoyed using that. This really cool kabuki brush, and then you'll see me use this one a little bit later in the video as well. Great brushes from Mommy Makeup. 2 foundations were tested in February. I had this powder foundation from Mommy Makeup right here, and I tested the new one from Wet n Wild. This is their Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint with 5% niacinamide. I like the Mommy Makeup powder. I have used this more as a touch-up powder throughout the month. It gives a light coverage, smooth finish. It's pretty. This one, a little more miss than hit. And only because of my oily skin type. I think if you have normal to dry or if you have more perfected skin, you would enjoy this more. I find that it has a little bit less coverage than I would want. I find that it is a little dewier than I would want. With that said, it still does wear well. Of course, I do find that I need to wear a primer underneath it. One day I wore it without a primer and it did not look as good. But that doesn't disappoint me because I'm a primer kind of girl anyway. I feel every foundation looks better with a primer. I like this one more than this one, and I like the matte foundation better than this one. I also don't love the squeezy applicator. So if I had these three to choose from, this is the one I would choose last, but I still don't think it's bad. In the concealer category, I tried two. This one from Shop Miss A, and this one is okay. I will list it. If you don't have a lot to cover and you are capable of being light-handed, this is a light to medium finish that did okay. Will I reach for it? Probably not. I like a very thin concealer with a lot of coverage. I also tried this one from Mommy Makeup. This is a pot concealer and it is nice. I'm wearing it today. Again, you can use the brush, you can use your finger, you can use the paddle. This gives a little less coverage than I would want, but it is a nice spot concealer and it does give a light covering under the eyes. I'm afraid to build it up too much because I don't want it to look heavy. I did enjoy using the paddle brush to tap it in. And of course I used a brightening powder under my eyes. So do my under eyes look bad? No, not at all. I think it is a good product. Cream blush. I tried this one from Shop Miss A. This is the Venetian Romance Creamy Blush. It is a really pretty mauve color. I love it. The scent is a little bit strong for me. It smells a bit like perfume, but I will reach for this more. It goes on smooth, goes on pretty. It's really nice. I believe in the video I did with this one, I also put it on my lips. I also tried this new liquid blush from Wet n Wild. This is the one that I have on today. I wish they would come out with more shades. This one is Rosy Romance. I believe they only have 3 shades so far. Great blush. I put this on. Is it as pigmented as the Rare Beauty? I'm not sure, but it's perfectly pigmented for me. I put 2 dots on each side, blended it. I do have a powder blush on top, but you'll see in the demo that it looks gorgeous and wears well. I also wanted to give a shout out to these Powder Perfect colors from Mommy Makeup. These can be used on the eyes, the cheeks, the lips. They are super fun. If you are a one and done or really like easy, simple makeup, these are great. I've used these as blush and on my eyes, and of course tapped them on my lips. They are a cream to powder formula that really wears well. I didn't experience any kind of creasing. This one is in the shade Pink Mocha, really pretty. And then this Sugar Cookie is gorgeous. I also used this as highlight in that video. Really nice. But I've used this in lots of different ways. The bronzer I have on today is this one from Mommy Makeup. It is a little powdery for my taste. When I put it on the brush, there's a lot of kick up in that pan. So I have found that if I don't be really careful tapping it off or tapping it on my hand first, that it can get a little splotchy. But if you are careful, tap it off. It is a nice warm brown that does not lean orange. This could also be used in the eyes. I believe I did that in the video. Mommy Makeup is all about that easy one and done makeup look. And I've enjoyed this. The powder blush I have on is the Glamlight and Betty Boop collection. This is the Blush Duo. It is gorgeous. I love Glamlight. I specifically love their shadows, but I've experienced lots of other great products from them as well. This I love. The pigmentation is not crazy pigmented. It's just the perfect pigmentation. You're not going to lose control putting it on your face, but you don't really have to build it up. It's just great. Long lasting. I do prefer this more mauve-y shade than this pinker shade, and the mauve shade is what I have on my face today. For lips, I have another group of lovely options for you. Well, I'll start with the liner. Of course, today I have my Betty Boop. Goes on smoothly. It is a sharpened style like I prefer. Love it. It does not bleed. It's a good one. Now I'll rank the lipsticks. First, I have this one from Mommy Makeup. This is their liquid lip formula. Wears well. It's just a bit drying. I do, however, want to give a shout out to their multi-sticks. These are really cool. This one is the shade Ginger Spice, and this is meant for your lips, your cheeks, and I have enjoyed this month. And this one is really nice. I do prefer this one over the liquid lip because it's way less drying. It doesn't wear quite as long, but it's pretty long wearing, and I like that it's got a point, so it's easier to line the lips with. So this is another really user-friendly, hitting it on the cheeks and the lips and going. They also did send me some glosses that are very pretty. I wanted to test these out for you and let you know if they were sticky, if the texture was nice. The slip on this is nice. Melloway sent me their really cool lipsticks. They sent me a bunch of shades. I believe I did a short and they were featured in the video. I pulled in 2 of my favorite shades. This one is Dark Rum Hurricane. It is a nice mauvey brown. And then this one is Mahogany Mama. And it is a little more cool toned, more like a wine. Lots of beautiful colors. These wear well. They're not quite as long lasting as the ones I'm going to tell you about, but it's really nice to have these in your purse. They are a very comfortable, non-drying matte formula, almost a satin matte. Very nice though, and these would just be really easy to reapply when you are out on the town. And then these 2 were the biggest hits of the month. I have worn this one so many times. This is turning into my go-to everyday shade. This is new from Revlon, the Color Stay Limitless Matte. I got mine in the shade Upper Hand, and wow, this one has fantastic pigment. It is a nice pinky brown, that 90s lip. It dries down. It does feel a little dry, but it's not overly drying, but this stays so well. And then my favorite part is that it's not sticky. I've tried like the Maybelline, is it Satin Ink? The matte lipstick that they have that is a liquid formula like this. I can't stand how my lips stick together when I'm wearing that. It wears and wears and wears, but the texture drives me batty. I like a lightweight, long-lasting lipstick that feels like nothing on my mouth, and this gives it to me. I pair it with my Revlon Color Stay lip liner. I believe it's in the shade Nude, and it is a match made in heaven. And then of course today I put on this Glam Light and Betty Boop red. I have other red lips. I really enjoy this one. It is a true matte, that velvety matte, but it glides on the lip. It doesn't drag, and this one wears amazing for a bullet lipstick. I will wear this. I will have this on all day long. It might wear a little bit in the center, but it looks gorgeous. It doesn't break apart. It doesn't get beady. It's just gorgeous. Eyeshadow. I tried this one from Shop Missy. This is the Cosmic Cowgirl. Super cute, under $2. I created a fabulous smoky eye with this. Lots of fun. Are they the absolute best quality? They are not, but truly, the pops of shimmer are amazing and not that easy to find at that price for sure. I really have enjoyed most of Shop Missy, specifically AOA's eyeshadows. I also finally got to try the Natasha Denona Retro palette, and it did not disappoint. Here it is, beautiful, soft pinks. It's got some neutral colors. I love that it's got a couple browns and a little less pink. This one's a little more peachy. You can get a couple different looks out of this. This is not a solid pink palette. Typical Natasha Denona formula. I like it a lot. What I chose to put on my eyes today, and I look a little crazy right now because I wanted to show you two different looks different than what I did the day that I reviewed it, and that is the Glamlight and Betty Boop eyeshadow palette. And this is gorgeous. Now, the reds and the pinks can be a little intimidating, but I have done some gorgeous looks with this palette. There are purples over here that I have worked with. There's really bright pinks, there's reds. One of my favorite shades is this right here. It's called Classy Chick, and that is what is all over this lid here. The pigment, the shine, the pop on that shade is absolutely stunning. Love it. And I did my crease with this color and added a little bit in my outer corner with this. Lovely. And on my right eye, I have this Power and Pearls. I just love the purple, black, silver. So many reflex in this popping, fabulous color that could be New Year's Eve, date night, or anytime you want to wear it. I blended it out with the Wink and Giggle shade, but just such a pretty palette that you do have other options with. And Glamlight is one of the best eyeshadow formulas, in my humble opinion. So the price is pretty reasonable for the quality that you get. It was another really good month for mascaras. I tried 5 new mascaras. I need another mascara declutter video, don't I? Too many in the drawer. I tried the Mommy Makeup mascara, and this one I would rank in last place, but I still say it's a good mascara. This is one that builds up fast. You get length and volume, but if you continue building, it can get a little clumpy. I also tried some mascaras from Melloway, and they are lovely. They have a primer, and they also have a mascara. I've used the mascaras alone, they're great, and then they're stepped up another notch or two with the primer. Fantastic. These have a wand that bends, they build up really nice. I have it on these lashes over here, but trust me, this is what the comments were saying on that video were, wow, that mascara. Yeah, really, really nice. And on my left eye, I have this treasure from Wet n Wild. This is the So Defined. I tested this in my Walgreens video and I was really shocked. I've tried more mascaras that I didn't like than I did from Wet n Wild. My favorite used to be Big Papa, and it's been dethroned by this one. I still love Big Papa. It builds fast, you get lots of volume, but this one, I can control the wand a little bit better. Big Papa's got a big wand. This one's a little bit smaller, it's got a curve. This one is gonna give the curl, the length, and then it's going to give the volume. I took my time, I put 2 coats of this on my left eye, and I love it. Really nice, wore really well. You'll see in the demo, I dropped a little piece on my face. It fell off of the wand, and that's my fault. When you pull a mascara wand out, make sure that you take any excess off on the top. But thank goodness, I waited until it dried and it just flicked right off. But it's always so scary. You wonder, did I wait long enough? Because it can really ruin your makeup. So be careful. But great, great mascara. I've already recommended this to a few people because it's so affordable. On my bottom lashes, I have this Betty Boop and Glamlight mascara. I just used this recently in a video, and I mentioned that they claim on the website that it's waterproof. I think it's tubing. It really wears like a tubing mascara. It is not difficult to remove, comes off really easy, but does not go all over my face. So I've been enjoying this on my bottom lashes, a little bit more than on my top, but a nice option, and love the velvety matte packaging. In the liner category, I have more hits. I tried this one from Revlon. This is their new multiplayer liner, and this one is probably going to go in last place because it's not blowing me away, but the brush is quite handy. The pencil is okay. I find that it could be a little richer of a black. It's more of a soft black, but the brush is what I like the most. And it's funny, we have all these brushes in front of us, but it's really convenient when the brush is right on the pencil. So for today, I put it in my waterline, I put it on the bottom, and then I took that brush and just blurred it out. And next place, I would put this one from Mommy Makeup. There's also a great brush for this liner, very small and narrow, and this one is a nice pot eyeliner. Again, same with the Revlon. I find that it's a little bit of a softer black than I prefer, but it wears great. It applies nicely. If you're a pot eyeliner kind of gal and want that soft look, it's great. Next, I'll place this Cosmic Cowgirl liquid liner that I picked up in my Shop Miss A order, and this is great. I just love the cute little purple packaging. This is what the liner looks like, and it did great. It is a nice matte black. It wore really well. Under $2 if you're shopping on Shop Miss A, for sure, I would recommend that you pick this up. And the liners that I have on my eyes today, on my right, I chose the Melloway. This is the Your Way eyeliner, and it's fabulous. You have the liner on one side, you have the eraser on the other. Very handy. I did recently pick up the Oops eraser. I believe it's from the Ulta collection, and it's really nice as well. But again, it's that convenience of putting on the liner and having the ability to correct any mistakes, to sharpen that line. It works really well. I do recommend that you let the liner sit for a minute to at least start to dry before you go in with the eraser. It makes it a little bit easier, but it can be done either way. I've really enjoyed this liner. Wears well, easy to use. I still don't consider myself good at liquid liner, but I enjoy the effect. So for this novice, it's an A+. The other one that I love is this one that I picked up from Glamlite in that Betty Boop order. This is not part of the Betty Boop collection. This is just their calligrapher eyeliner, and I just love, again, the packaging. And this one, super easy to apply, a nice matte black. Feels really nice in the hand, makes you feel like you're a painter, and it wears great. I love it. The last product is a bit of a fail. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Setting Spray. They had this before. I'm guessing it was a repackage. The first time that I used it, it did well, and then the second time it got worse. The third time it got worse. It started spritzing very, of course it looks good now. It's not consistent. Sometimes it spits on my face, so I find myself not reaching for it. I did have an old bottle that I poured it in, and I've used it. It is a decent setting spray. It's not one that I would super recommend. So that's everything. I had some fantastic makeup finds this month. I'm so very pleased. I hope this was helpful for you and you had some fun with me. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you join me. I upload on Mondays and Saturdays. Give the video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And of course, leave me a comment. I love chatting with you in the comment section. I wish you a fabulous day, and I'll see you in the next one.